Yo, we're back with Disco's favorite segment of the show, the Mass Republic Minute. What it do, Kevin? Boom.
What's going on?
What's up?
So we did we're in the middle of our design your own mask contest. So if people go over to luchacentral.com, they can vote now on the finalists. We gave people an opportunity. Nobody sent in any disco-related designs. Maybe they were afraid.
But I did hear one guy sent in a design for hombre inteligente no muy guapo.
Oh, that explains what that design's. Okay. I don't think he got chosen, but well, maybe I might. So I might have to follow back up with that guy now that let me write myself a note.
So let's talk about this. This is Lucha Libre related. I want to discuss Dominik.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to hear your guys' take on this.
Well, this okay. Obviously, Ray is our boy. Okay, Dominik's a cool kid. I met him, right? And he's been training, all right? But the plan is to make his debut is going to be on WrestleMania against Seth Rollins. Is that accurate?
SummerSlam. Yeah.
SummerSlam. Yeah. I mean, the angle's fine and everything and all that, but it's like, on a show the show they have, there's like a lot of the performers on the show sometimes come across like me and Conan talk about this all the time. They're very poorly trained, and they come across as like they look like they haven't been trained properly, right? And it's because they probably haven't been trained properly and they haven't been seasoned. Like we said, they put people on TV. They're too early for TV. You think this is too early for Dominik to they did this angle while he was training. I mean, he wasn't even like ready. I just wonder if this is. I hope it's good. Okay, but like this is like a bad spot to start a guy's career in.
Two things real quick. One, I noticed, and honestly, this might make it harder rather than easier. I noticed that they're pushing this as if it's a fight and not a match. The problem there is, as you Disco always say, if your punches and kicks aren't good, you want to minimize that because that is the key.
I'm hoping Dominik can throw some hands.
Yeah,
it looks like he can.
What I've seen so far, I've actually really liked his punches so far.
Right.
But obviously it's a really tough spot. What I want to know, the controversy coming out of Monday night, there was clearly.
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
this is the issue. That the typical locker room, our locker room back in the day would not have been happy with something like this. Like anytime, like an untrained professional came, or a person wasn't, like a vet would come in the locker room, and like they're part of the show, with just the natural instinct of the locker room to kind of like hope the guy does poorly, right? Now everybody loves Rey Mysterio, but his kid is being pushed in a very big spot, and he hadn't even had a match yet. I wonder what the locker room, especially the environment that they have there right now. I just wonder if this is like literally putting him, but by no choice of his own, putting him in a very bad spot to start his career off here.
But don't you feel like there's basically two tiers at this point of talent? There's talent that really, in the grand scheme of things of like WWE legacy, they either haven't been around for more than a minute and really, aren't in a hugely different position, or you've got the Randy Ortons and the Edges, and even at this point the Seth Rollins, who've been around so long and are probably, like you said, so respectful of Ray.
Fine, like you got a guy like Kevin Owens, who took 15 years to get on the main stage. I wonder what a guy like him thinks about Dominik being put in this spot when they're really not doing much with him. And this is not Dominik's fault. I'm just saying he's stuck in a position, and it's a very, very shitty position to be in to start because you got a lot of pressure on yourself. Your father's a legend. Everybody loves Rey Mysterio, but in the back of these people's minds, they're sitting there saying, "Why is this kid getting this push?"
I think it's
not his fault. They're pushing up. It's weird. I want to hear what Conan thinks about this. Yeah. What's your take on this?
Well, it's very simple, bro. There's going to be people that are going to come into business, whether it's Goldberg, Kevin Cross, Orange Cassidy. They're going to get pushed quicker than others for whatever reason. You have to be mature enough to accept it. And I think that everybody in that dressing room knows that, all right, they're trying to take advantage of the shit that happened with Ray. Everybody knows Dominik because of the Eddie Guerrero storyline. A lot of people grew up with that. And as you know, Dominik is an extension of Ray. He's just as sweet and just as kind. So there's nobody there that could be hating on him.
Exactly.
Well, that's what he's the type of guy you want to root for. Wait a minute. Because assholes.
Go ahead. I was going to say, like, you're right. Nobody's going to come out and hate on him at all because everybody loves Ray. He's probably
and even if
here's what I'm saying.
But even if inside you're being a hater, you got to give him props, bro. The guy went out there and got his ass motherfucking whooped. You know, and I loved every minute of that.
It definitely was a pay your dues.
Well, he made that.
He hadn't paid any dues yet.
Well, he made that.
That's the way people think, you know.
He hit him so hard with that cane. You know, when you hit and the top comes off and it like opens up. Yeah. That's how much he fucked up that cane last week. I'm sure Seth had a pretty receipt in his fucking mind, and I'm sure Ray's saying make it look good. And Dominik was at my house the other day because he actually showed it to me before it came out on TV. And he was showing me like, you know,
stuff,
and he wasn't like being like, you know how people use sympathy bait. Oh, look what they did to me.
No, he knew he was coming probably.
You know, I was like, let me see what it looks like. He was all tore up, and he's motivated, bro. He wants to be in the ring, and I know that Seth knows it's his first match. Seth is like a young veteran. He's only 34. You know, so he's a good wrestler. He is. He's going to make sure that he goes out there and he has a great match with Dominik because it's on him. You know, Ray will probably be there. Their agent, I don't know. It sounds like it's usually Jamie Noble. He knows his shit. Ray knows his shit. And like Kevin said, I doubt very seriously after everything's happened, it's going to be a wrestling match. Probably going to be a fight with weapons or whatever. And they're going to take care of Dominik just like X-Pac or whoever it was took care of Shane McMahon in his first match, and it was really good.
Well, and I think, too, you know, there's a difference. Yes, this is Dominik's first match, but more so than an NFL guy coming in and getting a main event type match right away or a program right away. Dominik's been training for a couple of years now. He spent time with Lance Storm. He spent time with Booker T. He's been going all over. And no, he doesn't have matches under his belt, but it's not just...
But he has a name. He's Dominik Mysterio.
I'm aware of that.
And, you know, here's the other thing, bro. And we've met Disco. We've met plenty of guys' sons who were dicks, all right? And they're not that good to begin with. You know, we won't know how good Dominik's till he's in the ring. But the great thing about Dominik, I can tell you this, bro. He's very, very humble, just like Ray, you know? Well, so he's the type of guy everybody's going to want to root for.
That's not the issue, in my opinion.
I know, but I threw it in there
my issue is like, hey, if you think Dominik is worth something here, and this is Ray's kids, like maybe give him some matches under his belt, like you know what I'm saying, like give him some like some practice score, like exhibition games. You know, like we're putting him in the you know, he's ever to go out there and be like the second string running back in the Super Bowl is his first start. You know, it's like he hadn't even had an exhibition game yet.
You're right.
Like, you know,
the great thing, here's the great thing they have done. And I told this to Ray, bro, they listen to the show all the time. Mm-hmm. They're trying to get free Patreon. You can pay for it, Ray. And so here's the thing.
Like don't have $10.
They love our Raw reviews.
Right. What's it $5?
The whole thing on the normal show. I go, because you got to pay, motherfucker. And no, I can't give you no free hookups.
We can't give costs. I'm not sending them money to go sign up for the thing. You know,
we can't even comp them if we wanted to. Right. So anyways, but they like it because we keep it real. And he knows, because I've criticized some of the shit they've done, and so have you. But they know we don't do it mean-spirited. And they act like, you know what? You guys were right, you know? And so, you know, I just think that, you know, he's going to go out there. They're putting him in a very difficult position. And, you know, I mean, if Dominik has a good match, bro, what a way to kick off his fucking career, right? Yeah. If he doesn't, you know, he's got to dig himself out of a hole. But those are the chances you take every now and then. And this is a Vince call, bro. Vince likes him.
Yeah, I know. But I just like, just me, just being like, knowing.
Yeah, no. Yeah, well, you have some valid points, and then you wanted to know my thoughts, and I gave them to you.
Because let me give a perfect example. I would always treat the newcomers like I would always, because I knew that our locker was of sharks. You know, they didn't like. Perfect example. Like I was super cool to the Insane Clown Posse when they came in.
Right.
And I told those guys when they went out there for their match, okay, bro, it was what we call a monitor sellout. All the boys were wherever there were monitors. Literally, like the whole crew was by the monitors.
Yeah, because they wanted them to fuck up. You know,
they wanted them to fuck up, right? I said, because like I've seen this, you know. So,
but
dude, they went out there. They killed it.
Right.
And we were all looking at each other going, "Man, that's pretty good," you know?
But let me tell you what I liked about ACP, because that's the first time I'd ever met them. I didn't even know who the fuck they. No, I had seen them in WWE, but I didn't know like they sang and shit, because that's not the type of music I listen to. Not then, not now. Boom. So, anyways, when they came, the one thing I liked about Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope, bro, they were very respectful. You know, they were very respectful. They knew who they were. They loved wrestling. They knew who everybody was. They gave everybody respect. They weren't trying to act off. And that's how you win over the wrestlers, bro. Because if you come into an attitude in a dressing room, you might as well cancel Christmas, bro. Because that word gets around like that. And if you're talent, this is the young talent that goes into the locker room. I heard a story the other day that I couldn't believe of a talent that actually went into the ring and told everybody else, you know, you guys should be thanking me because I'm much better than you guys. And I was thinking to myself, bro, how much heat do you think that guy got? And he was oblivious to it, you know?
Right.
But like I said, if you're young and you're in this business and you have a big head and you should have run the boards of the office, don't wonder why you're being jobbed out on TV or you're being fucking hazed or whatever shit they do nowadays to keep you in line. Because that's one thing WWE is really good at, fucking keeping you in line if you get out of line, you know?
Yeah.